Has ni nani wewe tu, nina wera double K mwalimu panda.
You're doing. I hope you're doing well. Fantastic. Yeah, I'm doing well as well. Today we are on our is it on our seventh episode? I guess, yeah, on our seventh episode, and we're going to look on invest in yourself, where we're going to look on skills, growth, and inner wealth. It's one of my favorite I think episode because I love a lot things to do with uh, learning new skill and having to see after you get the new skill, having to see the growth that comes with it. And I'm a big believer that we don't stop learning, and so let's dive into it. I like sometimes to pause a lot, and I ask myself, or even I ask people that are closest to me, so if you lost everything today, it could be your possessions, it could be your job, what would you still have that no one could take away from you? And this here, my darling, is where skills comes in. You'll have to learn how to start investing in you, because if you lost everything in the world, these are the only things that you'll be left with. And these are the only things that these are the tools that you can have to start building and bouncing again back onto your feet. Let us lead with the truth. So the best investment you'll ever make, it's just not in stocks. And I'm not saying you don't invest in stocks. It isn't in stocks, it's not in properties, it's not in business, it's in you. Because you can start, obviously, you can start that business and probably it doesn't, go well, and it fails, or the economy just shuts down or even crumbles. So where do you start from there? So let's look on why investing in yourself really matters. One, because it offers skill and personal growth, like a compound interest. So the earlier and the more consistency you invest, the richer you become in the long run. So external success always is going to mirror your internal wealth. So what's your internal wealth? That's why I'm talking about inner wealth. You have to cultivate your inner wealth. You have to start building it. As much as we love to see the outer world, outside wealth, just know that it goes hand in hand. If internally you're not wealthy, internally as well, you're not going to be wealthy. So let's look on the reasons why investing just in yourself matters. One, it's because you are the asset. Your mind, your skills, and the character are your greatest assets here. So unlike the material possessions that you like to collect, this can't be stolen whatsoever. Your mind, your skills can never be stolen, or can never even be devalued. They actually appreciate with us as time passes by. And like two people, like I keep on giving these examples in these episodes, two people might lose their jobs. One struggles while the other probably quickly finds a new path because of the skills and the mindset that they have built for themselves. So the other thing is compounding effect. So self-investment works like a compound interest. Like I've said, the small daily choices and the habits that you make and build, they're going to have an extraordinary long-term results. So like I like to say that, make it a habit of if you don't even have the resources, make it a habit of watching or listening to people that have, like, the people that you want to become. So if you're looking for a skill, I mean, like, even YouTube is there. There's so many things out there that you can learn from YouTube, right? So even reading for like 10 minutes a day, in a year you've all like consumed several books. And practicing a skill weekly, in a year obviously you like have significantly advanced in a huge way. So that's a compounding effect. So the other thing is the foundational external success. So promotions, business growth, and as well like strong relationships. These are just a byproduct of who you become. So the person that you become, when you invest in yourself, the person that you become, you're going to find that you're going to attract promotions, you're going to attract business growth, you're going to attract strong relationships, maybe networking in levels that you'll never have imagined that you would find yourself there. So if you only like focus on chasing money without developing yourself, you're going to plateau, and that's not what you want. That's why sometimes you find people, they hit the rock bottom because they focus more onto money, chasing money, and they forget one part of, having to develop and, do some get to have some skills, learn some new skills and all that. So, but when you invest in skills, in personal development, personal growth, and even also emotional intelligence, which is very key here, and opportunities are just going to naturally expand. You're going to be attracting lots of opportunities. That's why it's very important to focus on your skills more. As much as we're here looking for money, don't forget to, as you're making your money, however much you're making, don't forget, let it just go hand in hand. Always make money as you're going higher. Just also elevate your, try to expand your knowledge. Yeah, in that way, when even the economy just, crumbles, you'll be on the right track, right? So the other thing why investing in yourself matters, it's because of resilience. You'll have resilience in uncertainty. So life is unpredictable, we know that. So job can change, industries evolve, changes as well might arise. You never know, whatever kind of a challenge might come, challenges. So investing in yourself is going to give you that adaptability. So someone who never upskilled may struggle like in a tech-driven world, while someone who invested in like digital literacy is going to thrive. And you can see now that it's happening, right? The other thing, it's going to give you self-worth and confidence. When you invest in yourself, you signal to your subconscious mind, I am worthy the time, I am worthy of the money and even the effort. So this builds confidence and self-respect in you, which influences others, how others are going to perceive you and even treat you. The other thing, it's the long-term freedom. The more valuable you become, the more freedom that you're going to have. That is financially, emotionally, even spiritually. So instead of like depending on external approval or even in unstable circumstances, your inner world is going just to sustain you always. It is going to sustain you. And I will say that the greatest return on investment isn't in stocks, it's not even in crypto or even in property, it is in you. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing to invest in these things. It's very okay, like if you've got the money, but please, my darling, don't forget to invest in you, because when you grow your capacity to create, you're going to expand, how you earn, how you love, and how you live, and expand in infinitely. Always you're expanding. So now let me talk about the three pillars, because we have also like the three pillars of self-investment, which is skill development and personal growth and inner wealth. And I'm gonna break them. So when let me look on my notes a little bit, so that I like being on the track. I don't start mumbling here. So why is skill development very important? Because it sharpens your tools, and it matters because skills now are your currency in the modern world. The more you will learn, the effort you're going to put in upgrading your skills, the more valuable you become. Job titles may change, industries may shift, like I've said, but skill is just going to remain transferable. So examples of high value skills, we've got like communication, it's public speaking, storytelling, and persuasions. And we have something like leadership, where you inspire, there's inspiration, there's decision making, there's people management and all that. Let's look at the digital literacy, where there's now AI tools, online businesses, coding, content creation. We have also like, it's going also to sharpen your tools when it comes to creativity and problem solving. And the practical steps, you can just take an online course. We've got so many online courses there in like Udemy, Masterclass, and is it Coursera, something like that, yeah. And you can as well like try to read books, listen to podcasts based on the skills that you want to learn to achieve, or even whatever you growth that you're looking for. So it's important to also read a book a month related to your field or even in your personal growth, and also practice micro learning daily. 13 to 50 minutes compounds over time, and it's very important, and you're going to see a huge difference even within your mindset, the way you're thinking. You're seeing life in a different on a different lens. So the other second pillar, it's of self investment. It's a personal growth. It's going to expand your capacity. And why does it matter? Because growth is an inside journey. If you want bigger opportunities, you must become a bigger person. That's for sure. Without even continuous growth, if you don't have continuous growth, without it, you're going to stagnate. You're going to hit plateaus. So it's good to invest in your inside journey, in your inside world, so that you attract those opportunities. Even when those opportunities, just come and knock in your door, you'll be the very first person to grab them. There'll be no hesitations or even fear, because you can do it. There'll be no self-doubt. So the areas of personal growth is going to be a mindset, shifting from fear shifting from fear to a possibility based thinking. So the other thing is habits, discipline, consistency. It's very important. Morning routines, the habits that you form are going to be very crucial in your daily life. When you want to progress in life, when you want to change your careers, when you want to start that business, when you want to start investing in anything that you want, whatever area that you want to invest to. So the other area of personal growth, it's mentorship, learning from those ahead of you. And I've said, it's gone are the days when people would be so scared and afraid where they're going to get money to attend for in business forums. Now everything now is online. It's just there. Go grab it, get some few minutes of your own, and just try to indulge into the knowledge and the wisdom that is out there. And the practical steps in that, when it comes to personal growth, it's journal regularly. So to track your thoughts and your patterns. Journaling is very important, because you're gonna see where you are. Are you expanding, or you're just stagnant? Are you having a scarcity? Has your scarcity mindset, are you struggling with that, kind of shifted to abundance mindset? Attend seminars, attend workshops. Now people even offer online workshops. Attend or even mastermind groups. Join that network. Join those groups and start learning from other people. Build a growth environment. Surround yourself with people who elevate you. And that's why I said yesterday, and we talked about in the episode 6, we talked about our relationships and how to audit your relationships, the people who are in your circle. So the third one, it's inner wealth. This is where you strengthen the core, the main thing here. And it matters because success without inner peace, it's going to lead to burnout. Inner wealth is in your emotional, mental, spiritual stability. All those three, they're going to hold you steady when storms come, when you don't feel like you can do it, or when something, come to, oh Lord, who's that calling? When someone, when something happens, you're going to have something you can hold into. That's what, like I said, emotional, mental, and spiritual stability is very important, and these compound into your inner wealth. So the key aspects of inner wealth, one is emotional intelligence. You're able to manage your reactions and relationships very wisely. This is very important when it comes to business world, when it comes, even at the place of your work. Emotional intelligence is something that you need to master. The other thing is resilience, bouncing back from failure and setbacks. The other is spiritual grounding. So what practices do you do? Do you pray? Do you meditate? Do you journal? What are the faith practices? Do you dance? Do you sing? Anything that's just gonna give you that spiritual grounding. Self-care is also an aspect of inner wealth, where you have health, good health. You're taking care of your health. You're resting. A lot of us, we don't rest. We don't even know what resting looks like or feels like. We're always on the move, we're always walking, yeah, we're always doing something. And I always keep on saying that when you rest, that's when sometimes even God talks to you. When you're in silence and you're resting. But when you're in the movement, your mind is overworking, right? So it's good to have a rest. You rest enough, and as well balance. Self-care is all about balancing. Don't be so into chasing things. You need to balance everything in all areas of your life. And with that way, you're going to expand, you're going to grow, and life is going to be easy for you. So when all like skills, growth, and inner wealth, when all these three are aligned, you build a life that's rich not only in success but also in meaning and in peace. And this is where sometimes you even find your purpose. You feel successful in some type of way. That's what I'd say. You feel like things are really working the way they should be working, because you have the skill, you have the growth and the inner world, and there's nothing that you cannot conquer. So my darlings, I would also now want to talk about returns on investment of self-investment. So the return on investment of self-investment. And I want to mention that when you invest in yourself, the returns are more like exponential, and not just in a financial way, but also emotional, relational, and even spiritual. So, what am I saying? First of all, you're going to have great opportunities. There is skills and growth positions, so which are going to take you there, out you there, and the doors are going to be very accessible for you. When someone who's not upskilled, someone who's not done any personal development, they might not access that. So it's up to you. Do you want to upskill? Do you want to grow? So that doors can open for you. And I will give an instance, for instance, like a person who's like learning digital marketing can literally nowadays work globally, not just locally. So your doors they expand, and the ROI of this, it's more career choices. You have promotions, you have business ventures. So it's good to upskill. I'll keep on insisting on this. So the other thing, the ROI of a self-investment, one, there's a higher earning potential. Employers and clients pay value, not time. So the more skills, the more expertise, and the confidence you bring, the more you can charge or even negotiate. So you might find that a course that you took for maybe $100 or even $200 could lead to a $10,000 salary increase, or even a side hustle income. You never know. So the other thing is adaptability in changing times. Industries evolve. We have now AI, tech, global economy shifts as well. So those who keep learning, they stay relevant. Security and confidence when others panic about layoffs or disruptions is not going to be anything like, it's not going to be something that's going to bother you. You not even think about it, as everybody will be so scared. Oh, what do we do? Oh, the economy. You will be, doing something like trying to plan how you should go now about it, because of the skills that you've learned. Now you'll be, having to plan your way forward. What you're going to be looking for, the areas that your skills are going to fit in. So the other thing, it's the stronger relationships. So investing in emotional intelligence, which is very crucial. Communication, how you communicate, and authenticity just pays off in friendships, at the place of your work, in business partnerships, even in love, right? So you attract higher quality relationships and collaborations. The other thing is emotional resilience. Inner wealth protects you when storms comes, like illnesses, like losses, career shift. You recover faster, you stay grounded, and make better decisions under stress, because there's something you have, the inner world we're talking about, there's something you can hold into. You don't just panic. and feel defeated. There is compounding growth. Every bit of effort on the last, it just comes up like a compound. It compound interest, right? So every bit of effort builds on the last, just like the compound interest. That's how we do the compound interest, right? So what seems small today creates massive transformations in 5 to 10 years. So there is also like freedom and full fulfillment. So self investment is going to give you the freedom of choice, where to live, how to work, who to connect with. And the ROI of this is a life of purpose, of impact and joy, rather than you're just gonna, rather than survival. You're gonna have a life that is purposeful, is joyful, you're happy, you feel confident in what you do, you have an impact in whatever institution you're working at, whatever business that you're venturing. It's just going to give you lots of freedom and fulfillment, and that is what that matters. So the ROI of self-investment is unlimited, because you elevate yourself, you elevate your income, you impact, and also you have your inner peace. When if you don't have inner peace, it's very hard to try to elevate or even invest in yourself. But when you have inner peace in you, mainly because you've really worked hard on your inner wealth, things are gonna move smoothly, more than like you'd like imagine. So the action plan to this, it's what is one skill that you need to learn? So what is one habit that you need to build, and one part of your inner world you need to nurture? So choose one area. I'll recommend that you choose one area that you're going to invest in this week, or even in this month. Commit to it, track it, and watch your life elevate. Have accountability partner who's going to be tracking, who's going to be pushing you, patting you at the back when you feel like it's hard, you can't do it, because it's not always going to be easy, but with dedication you can do it. So the best investment you can make is in yourself, because when you grow, everything else is going to grow and expand. Don't just work hard on your job, work harder on yourself as well. And that, my darling, is what is going to be like, it's more like following the journey of what I said, ICBE, where you invest, you conquer fear, you build belief, and you start elevating. And I think that's the end of our 7th episode, and I think I'm going to see you on our next episode, where we're going to be probably ending these episodes, and it's going to be living elevated and becoming the best version of you. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, have a lovely day or even week ahead. Ciao.